Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV. This is Uncle Ben's Farm, episode number 3. Alright, so I have made an executive decision today, folks. Today is me time. We're going to focus on me. We're not going to do any contract work. We've got $5,800 in the bank, and I'm thinking that will be enough to rent a small tractor and small trailer, and then we can finally start selling those crops that are sitting in the silo, and then maybe we will have enough money left over to lease or purchase a plow and lease or purchase a lime spreader and some lime so that we can plow and lime this field to get it ready for planting. So that's what we're doing now. We're heading over to the shop to check out the prices. I'm pretty sure we can get that small Fiat tractor that we've been using for the contract work. We can get that for real cheap. Let's see, there's the shop menu right here. Let's go in and see what we can do, because today we are focusing on us. So small tractors, the Fiat is, let me see, $3,009 per day to lease this tractor. So we're going to do that. That's going to cut into the bulk of our funds, but we should have enough money to get a trailer. That's really all we need, is a tractor and a trailer to pull all of those crops out of the silo and into the sell point, so that we can, we got to get this farm going. I can't just keep doing contracts for everybody. Let's hear this. Farm Tech trailer has a 14,000 liter capacity, and there we go. So we're going to get that. And we now have a tractor and a trailer and $1,822 left in the bank. So now we can start selling these crops and then making a pretty penny to buy our first couple of pieces of farm equipment. Now, we're not going to buy a tractor right away. We're just going to continue to lease, I'm guessing for the time being. This Fiat tractor is okay for small implements, which is all that we can afford right now. But as, I guess, machines get bigger, we'd want a bigger tractor with more horsepower, and probably one that moves a little faster than 15 miles an hour wide open. So let's just twiddle our thumbs here while we make our way back to the silo. Of course, it's at the very back of the farm, but this is not a bad little tractor, and of course not a bad little trailer. We'll take full trailer loads. I think there's some crops there that have more than 14,000 liters. We'll just take full trailer loads and leave the remainder in there, instead of making multiple trips with low amounts of crops. That's just not fuel effective, I guess. But we are looking at getting enough money together to, there's a plow, there's a lizard plow there, I think, for $8,000. I think there's more than $8,000 in crops in the silo, so we should be good to purchase that outright, and that way we can own one piece of equipment instead of leasing everything. But I was looking at the lime spreaders before we started the video, and they're really expensive. I don't think we can afford our own lime spreader right now, so we're just going to lease it and then buy the lime, and then of course unload it like we did the cedar if we don't use it all. So that way we have lime pallets on the farm to use. Like I said earlier, we're not going to do any contracts. Today is like me time. It's personal development day. That's what we're going to call it. So on our personal development day, which is actually almost over, it's 6 p.m. right now. So we've really only got this tractor and trailer until midnight, and then it's going to charge us another full day's fee. So we want to get all this done before midnight, which we probably should be able to do. There's not a lot. I think there's, 7 different crop types in here, so we need to make 7 trips. Shouldn't take that long. Even at 15 miles an hour, it's going to take a few hours, but we should be able to get it all done. So there we go. So we have got a full trailer load of wheat, and we are heading down to sell the wheat. Now, I'm not really sure how much all of these crops are actually worth. There's really only one place that's buying them, so our options are somewhat limited in choices. So there's no real competition unless someone else decides to come here and open up a shop. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. All right, 15 miles an hour on our way to the grain mill to sell the wheat, and then we're going to make 6 more trips after this and sell everything. And then I'm hoping we should be able to get the plow and then plow those crops, those withered crops, out of the ground, and then we can lease a lime spreader, fill it up with lime, and then hopefully we'll be able to get that done as well. And then things will be nice. We can finally, well, actually I haven't thought that far ahead, but we'll wait and see how much money we get from the crops and how much the plow costs and the lime spreader costs to lease, and then we'll see if we can afford a seeder, whether or not we want to buy like that small Amazon, I forget what it's called, the green one that we used in the last episode to seed field number 5 with canola for that contract. I'm not really sure how much that one is. It's pretty small and that field is pretty big, so I don't know if we want to get something larger than that, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how much money is left over afterwards. Job number 1 is plowing and liming to get the ground ready, because if we're going to plant crops, we got to do it right. We can't waste all that money on seed and, well, if we can afford seed and fertilizer. We can't waste all that money and then not have the maximum crop yield. It just doesn't make sense. So if we're going to do something, we're going to do it right. Where is, oh, there it is. Okay, the grain mill is coming up. This is taking exceptionally long at 15 miles an hour. I can't wait till we can afford a larger, much faster tractor. But this will have to do for now. I guess it's okay. It's really all that we can afford, so we kind of don't have a choice, seeing as how we are forbidden from filling up the back of the pickup truck with crops. Although, if we could, I would not want to shovel it out of there with a shovel, because that would just take too long. But this is the much more quicker, cost-effective way, I guess. So here we are. We got a tractor full of wheat. We are going to sell it right here, I believe. That is where it's going to go. We're going to go around this way so we can pull out forwards. All right. Let's get this done. Is this lined up? Is that where we sell the wheat right here? Yeah, that's it. All right. Perfect. There we go. Look at that bank account fly. Well, not really, but I guess maybe crop sales are not good. It's not a lot of money for wheat. Well, okay. $5,300 is better than no bucks, so $5,372 for a trailer load of wheat. That's 14,000 liters. All right, and like I said, we're going to leave I think there's a couple of 100 liters left in there. I forgot to check and see how much there was exactly. But we are going to repeat this process for all of the other crop types in the silo. We'll check back with you when we're done, and we'll gather up the grand total. Stand by. Okay, here we go. This is the last load of crops. This is 9,000 liters of corn. So this is the last trip. You see, we got $46,973 in the bank so far. Not a bad haul from starting with nothing. Well, starting with an old pickup truck and a silo full of crops we weren't able to sell until now. But hopefully this will get us a plow, and then we can start plowing, and then hopefully we'll have enough money left over to get a lime spreader and a bunch of lime so that we can prepare the ground for seeding. Not sure if we're going to get to that today. It is 6:30 in the evening, and it's going to start getting dark soon. So, I don't know. I'm not afraid of the dark. I just don't like farming in it. There we go. What's our total now? Ooh, all right. $50,021. 50 grand in the bank. All right. We should be able to get some sizable equipment with this, or maybe some small equipment. We want to start out small. We've only got this Fiat tractor, which is only 110 horsepower, so anything we buy that's attached to the Fiat tractor needs to be less than 110 horsepower so that we can use it properly. I guess maybe if we go over 110 by a little bit, it's just going to slow it down, but I can't imagine working much slower than 15 miles an hour as we are right now, but oh my god. All right, let's get to the shop we will open up the shop menu, check out that plow. I think I want to get a red plow. I'm hoping we can paint that yellow one. I don't really like yellow. I'm kind of partial to red, so I think we're going to get see if we can paint it red and then order that plow. And then we can start plowing our field, finally get rid of those withered crops, and one step closer to making our own money rather than working for someone else. Although I betting that this $50,000 is not going to last that long with some of these prices and things we want to do. Alright, so we're done with the trailer. We're just going to leave it here. Let's unhook it real quick. There we go. And we'll just pull over to the shop. Shop menu trigger right over here by our trusty pickup truck, which is thankfully still here. Alright, let's go check out some plows. What do we got for plows? There we go. Alright, where's that? There it is. The lizard plow, $8,000. So we got $50K in the bank. I'm guessing we can afford this $8,000 plow. And we can probably afford to paint it red. Alright. That's an extra $800. Okay. Or $200. Alright, so $8,200 for the plow. Now we own our very first piece of farming equipment. It is 100% ours. No one can take that away from us. Alright, let's hook up to the plow. Although it's not very big, it's going to take forever and a day to plow that field. But hopefully we'll get it done. There we go, that looks good. The Lizard Tetra 4. 4 means like 4 meters. 4 teeth on the plow. It's just maybe the fourth in the series. Let's lift it up. There we go. It's got more than 4 teeth. It's got 6. Alright. Excellent. We're farming now. Are we farmers now? Or we're farming now, but are we farmers? I don't know. Who's to say? There is a lot of withered crops here that need to be taken away. I guess we'll just start at one end and just casually drive until there are no more crops in the ground. Let's see if we can figure this out. Should be, oh yeah, withered crops, damaged. Damaged the withered crops, oh no. Alright, so we just lower the plow. And then we start driving. There we go. So now I guess we plow the whole field. And then we have to lime the whole field. And then we will be ready for seeding. Probably not today, but another day. Hopefully that's coming soon. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. For now, we are going to savagely plow all of these withered crops out of the ground and hopefully be able to afford a lime spreader. So stay tuned. We'll touch base with you as soon as we are done plowing. Stand by. Oh my, that was tough. We are finally done plowing, and the sun is setting. It is 7:28 in the PM, or sorry, 1928 hours. I don't know. Either way, it's getting dark, and we've got to get a move on. So now that we own this plow, we're going to put it somewhere on our property. Just where, I guess it doesn't matter where we put it. It's not a very big piece of equipment, but there is a dry patch of dirt coming up over here. It looks like there used to be a shed there or something. Maybe we could put a shed there later on if we can afford to build a shed. Who knows? This little patch right here is kind of like a driveway or a parking spot. I kind of think like a little shed was there for farming equipment, so maybe we'll just put it here. It's made of metal, so I don't think it's gonna hurt sitting outside. Yeah, we gotta lower it first before we can detach it. There we go. All right, now let's go to the shop and we'll see if we can get a lime spreader. Now there are several different types of lime spreaders, all ranging from almost affordable to wow, I can't believe it's that expensive. So I think we're going to go with the wow, that's affordable option, because I can't believe it's that expensive is way out of our price range right now. We're looking at $41,000 left in the bank. we should be able to get a lime spreader, and we should be able to fill it up at least once. I'm not really sure how much lime it's going to take to lime this field to get it ready for planting, but I guess we'll find that out. And then there's really only one way to do this. We're just going to lime the whole field, and then we're going to keep a mental note of how much lime was actually used to lime that field, so we know for next time, so that we don't actually have to buy more than what we need or less. And it looks like there's rain coming in the forecast too, so maybe we want to get this done so we're not driving through the mud. I don't know. Let's go and check this out. And there's no lights on this tractor. There's no headlights, which is all the more reason to get things done before the sun completely goes down, I guess, so we can see. Okay, Fertilizer Technology. This is where the fertilizer spreader / lime spreaders are. The cheapest one is the Bredal here for $39,000. We're not going to buy that. If we buy that, then we can't afford to put lime in it. So that really doesn't make sense. So we're going to lease it, but we're going to juice it up a little bit. We're going to get the spreading unit that adds width to the spreader itself, so it's wider. So it we'll have to make less passes, and at 15 miles an hour, we kind of want to get this done as quick as possible. Now we are going to get the extension as well. There we go. So now we are left with $39,000 left in the bank account, and that should be more than enough to fill this behemoth, which is bigger than the tractor. Should be more than enough to fill this up with lime. Now lime, I do believe there is a lime station down near the grain mill where we sold all the crops. Let's hook up the PTO and the hydraulic cables. There we go. So we just have to drive down. Is that hooked up? Yeah, I think so. I don't know what that spare cable is there for. Huh. Maybe in case something breaks. I don't know. I think, yeah, let's go and check and see if this is actually a lime station before we drive all the way down to the grain mill. Because if I don't have to drive anywhere at 15 miles an hour, I don't want to. Yeah, I think this is empty and it's just for show. All right. Okay, there's the button for the map. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lime station down at the grain mill. We've got to drive all the way down to the grain mill. Ugh. And then all the way back to the farm at 15 miles an hour. Man, it's going to be super dark by the time we get back with the lime. All right. So, yeah, 35 miles an hour maximum speed. We are in no danger of getting any tickets. All right, so let's head on down to the grain mill, and we'll get some lime. All right, we made it down to the grain mill with the lime spreader. Oh my God, it's getting late. 7:34. This is where we fill the lime. There we go. Now, hopefully, $39,000 in the account. Hopefully, this does not kill us. I would hate to have to go back to contracting or doing these random jobs from people that I barely know in order to get a seeder and some seed. Well, technically, we've already got some seed. There's a pallet of seed sitting at the farm, although there's only like 746 seeds in it, so I don't know if that's going to do that entire field or not. Let's see here. Almost full. There we go. All right, $2,500 in lime, and we're down to $36,000 in the bank. So even if we do have to fill it a second time, right to the very top, it's only going to cost another $2,500. So that's not bad. That's still going to leave us, if we have to fill it again, that's going to leave us with 36,000 minus 25 carried to 1 times 2. I don't know, $33,000. Either way, we should be able to lease a seeder and buy some seed. Maybe even a seeder that takes fertilizer, and we can buy fertilizer as well. Who knows? Possibilities are endless. All right, we have to drive all the way back to the farm with, we're almost there. This lime, hopefully, I don't even know how much lime this thing uses. Like, how much does it spread? We got the wider spreader, so I'm guessing it's going to use more lime. How does this work? Like if we went from 12 to 18 meters with the spreading discs. So 12 meters we would have had to make more passes on the field, but with the 16 meter one we're not going to have to make as many passes, but it spreads it out wider so it uses the same amount. I'm pretty sure there's really no difference except for fuel. Fuel in the tractor is probably the only thing we're worried about right now. Well, it's a lease. I'm not really worried about it, but we don't want to run out of gas. Well, let's figure this out. I'm pretty sure that works out to be the same amount of lime. Yeah, I don't really care. All right. We are now in the liming business. Well, not really. There we go. All right, so that's spreading. Let's try and get it right to the edge of the field there. And now we have to go all the way down and all the way back. I'm probably guessing 6 or 7 times, maybe. But I guess we'll see just how much lime we're using. We're going to get this done and we'll check back with you in just a few short minutes. Hang on. Whew, okay. So we are just about done the liming. There's this last 10 feet right here and then we're done. So we did actually have to fill it up again, and we filled it up from empty right to full again. And that cost another $2,500. We're down to $34,346 in the bank account there, as you can see. That is probably more than enough to lease a seeder, buy some seed, and possibly some fertilizer. I'm not sure yet. We need to check that out first before we go buying or leasing anything else. But for now, we've got a lot of lime left over, so instead of just returning it with the machine, we're going to bring it over here and unload it beside the seed pallet that we have here. And then if we ever do need lime again, which I'm pretty sure we do have to lime every 3 or 4 harvests. I'm not quite sure. I think I read that somewhere. I don't know. And I think we have to periodically plow as well. So we'll figure all that out as we go, and then we'll worry about that later. But we've got this is pretty much going to be the end, because as you can see, the sun is set and we are just about 8 p.m. in the evening. We're 6 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and then it's going to get really dark really fast. So with no lights on the tractor, this is about as far as we go. All right, so there is the lime. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 full pallets and 1 partial pallet of lime. So now we're going to return the lime spreader, and then that will be the end of our day here today, I think. So that is going to wrap things up here today, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to follow us along here on our adventures or misadventures on Uncle Ben's farm. This was episode number 3. Remember, you're watching Farming Simulator 19. My name is JCTV. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button for me, drop a like on the video, and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. You don't want to miss anything here on Uncle Ben's farm. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.